Okay, guys, this is Jerry T with NYC Grind, along with Jeff Conway, and we're here at the 2012 Empire State Championships, and we have an awesome matchup right here between Jeremy, the Giant Killer, versus Tony Robles, the founder and promoter of this event. Jeff, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Jerry. A long time since I've done one with you. This is going to be a cracker of an event. A match, and only, it's a winner's side match, and one player is going to be on the winner's side after this, and one's going to be on the losers. So, believe me, these two great players are really going to be trying here because neither wants to be on the losers bracket in an hour's time. So, just see how it goes. Tony doesn't play as much as he used to, doesn't sort of play long distance anymore, but believe me, Tony can still play. Tony played really, really good. And looks like he won the break.
Yeah, it's a treat to watch Tony Robles play. He's known as a world-renowned instructor, has a very large following in the New York area, but he really is an outstanding player as well. And
most of his play is really when he's teaching. He keeps his eye in by teaching, but doesn't do too many tournaments. And I believe he made balls on the break there. I don't know if he can get past that tit on the pocket. Jerry, looks like he might be hooked in that pocket. Deep in that pocket, right, for that one ball. Look,
it is deep. Yeah, I don't believe that he's hooked.
We'll soon see.
But we'll find out. Let's see. It's definitely going to be close. Yeah, I think it's going to be close.
His body language soon tell us. It's annoying because he made a great break. Made two balls on the break, and there's no shot unless he wants to massage it. But I don't think he's going to be doing that. He's going to push.
Okay, so Tony Robles pushes out to a safety, and I believe that Jeremy will give this back, even though there is a potential kick safe, sending the one, banking off that end rail back down table, and hopefully leaving the cue ball, hopefully for Tony anyway, leaving the cue ball. With the 5 and 9 blocking. So let's see what Jeremy does here. He's going to go the other way and come kick off the end rail with English, right-hand English.
Oh, it's not so good. It's makeable.
Yeah, well, now this is a tricky shot. It's definitely makeable. This is a tricky shot. The challenge here is to have position on the 2 ball. So there are a few ways to go about this. You can really put a good stroke into it and try to collide with the 2 ball and bump it, or try to go right behind it with left-hand English. But that's a tricky shot as well, because if you hit it the wrong way, you would scratch. Let's see what Tony does here. He slow rolls it. Wow.
Pretty.
Excuse me, guys. I thought that 4 ball there up table was the 2 ball.
Yeah, no, the 2's here by the side, so that worked out real good there. He hit that perfect speed. Now he's on the 4 on the top rail. I think this looks like this has Tony Robles stamped all over this one. This is going to be his hardest shot, Jerry, I think. This long one here. Did he get out enough? Yeah.
Here, I believe he's going to float towards the center of the table with a little bit of draw and have a nice shot in the corner pocket with the 6 ball.
Run too far. Well, he's heading in the right direction for the 8, but it's a little more than he wanted, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I would hit this with a lot of left-hand English to avoid that side pocket there. Let's see what he does.
Missed it. Yeah. All that work, Jerry, and hands it to Mr. Sossei. Jeremy, the giant killer Sossei. He doesn't like the name giant killer anymore because he said that if I'm the giant killer, it means I'm not one of the giants. So he has a little hang up about that, but I don't really think, other than me mentioning it, anybody's going to know about it. Well, we handed this one to Jeremy. I mean, come to the table and make 3 balls is pretty nice. Well, Tony had some hard luck on the break there because he made 2 balls and ended up hooked. That could have easily been sitting in the open and could have run this one out. So that's 9 ball, that's 10 ball, that's how it is. First blood to Mr. Sossei.
Jeremy has a beautiful game. I've always liked his demeanor at the table, and he's a composed.
A bit of a slow starter though. He invariably can be 4-2 down, 4-1 down. Still gets ahead at the end of the day, but he's a bit of a slow starter.
So that's why I let you shoot the 10. I'm going to try to encourage the players.
Tony told him something there and I couldn't catch what it was. I know we'd like him to use quarters to mark the score around the table, so at least we can see what the score is, just in case we miss one. The score now is Tony Robles 0, Jeremy Sossei 1. Race to 8, right, Jerry?
That's correct.
Now in the last match we saw Mike Wong make 3 on the break at one point. So even though it's 10 ball, it is possible to pot those balls. Jeremy, who weighs 90 pounds ringing wet, has a really great break.
Yeah, Jeremy has a very big break. A lot of collisions. Pockets the 1.
3, 6, yeah.
What do we got on the 2 ball here, Jeff?
2 balls down here by the 7, right?
Yes, it looks that way to me.
Yeah.
How would shoot the combo here? I don't know.
I don't know. I think you might see him try and slide over and get behind the 6 and send the 2 uptown. That's, I don't know. He's got a lot of options open. I don't know if he wants to be opening up with a combo because he doesn't really know where that 2's going.
Well, the 2 ball there, the reason why I like the combo is because I feel that you do know where the 2 ball is going. If you pocket the 7 ball, you have a real nice natural angle where the cue ball is going to go to the left of the 2 ball, and it'll be perfectly in line.
We can't hear what he called, unfortunately, but if the 7 goes in and he's still at the table, we'll know.
Okay, we played a pretty good safe here, but I don't believe that
too far.
Tony's completely safe here. He has the edge of the 2 ball, but an opportunity to play safe back.
But it keeps Jeremy sort of in charge. You know what I mean? He didn't leave an easy shot.
No, absolutely not. This is an extremely difficult shot with a lot of distance between the cue and the object ball.
As well. Not sure if he can get behind it on his left side. Can he get past the 3 and come between the 3 and the 7 and hit it? Looks like it can only hit it on the right hand side.
Right. No, I don't believe that he can get between the 3 and the 7.
So you've got to be careful, doesn't he?
Yeah, it is a tricky shot here.
He might be looking to see if he get it off the side rail here, but I'm not so sure as that's on. I think to miss the 6, you're going to hit the 7 before you hit the 2.
Yeah, he's going to try to.
That was the big problem with that one. I never dreamt he would hit it that hard, but.
Well, I think what Tony was trying to do there with the speed is try to avoid that corner pocket and hit it hard enough that there would be a stun effect.
Right, and even if it was heading there, it might jump out or wobble in the pocket.
But unfortunately for Tony, and fortunately for Mr. Sossei, Jeremy has an opportunity here to take a 2-games-to-1 lead with this run out if he's able to get out from here. And in the meanwhile, command the pace and tempo of this match.
Well, Jeremy doesn't do anything until he does it in his own time, but he definitely plays quicker than he used to. I was talking to him about an hour ago. I said, are you conscious of it when you're playing? He goes, not really. I've just decided I didn't need to play as long, you know. I guess the longer you've been playing, the more you see the shots that maybe you don't have to look at them so long.
Well, just as we are talking about Jeremy's speed, Mike Wong has just graced us with his presence. Hello, Mike. How are you? Special guest appearance by Mr. Wong.
And he just walked into the booth.
Okay. Well, Mike says he didn't even come close to making that 4-ball that he missed against Mr. Strickland. How do you feel about how you performed in that set? Yeah. So 2 scratches on the break, as well as.
Actually, I kicked the ball in. I kicked the 1 ball in, and I scratched. He played a real good save on the 8. He double kicks and double kisses the ball, leaving the save.
Yeah. So you should have got out with ball in hand in the second rack, and you didn't get out.
No,
was that ball in hand?
I broke.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
In the meantime, Jeremy looks like he's running this rack out here.
Okay. Since we're talking about tempo, do you feel like you played, slower than normal in that set, your normal pace, or faster than normal? Are you real conscious of if you're playing faster than normal or not, or do you just fully stay in the moment and you're not aware of that? Okay. Are you trying not, for those listening, Mike tries not to pay much attention to his speed control, and he focuses on what he has to do at the table. And right now, Jeremy did what he had to do.
And very noticeable there, Jerry, that Mr. Robles did not give him that 10-ball.
Yeah, I think what Tony said in the beginning of this.
Oh, that's what he said?
Right, after the end of the first rack and the beginning of the second rack.
Run him out.
I believe he had that conversation relating to that.
I heard the word 10-ball, but I wasn't sure.
Okay, let me change the score here as as Jeremy Sossei takes a 2-games-to-0 lead and maintains control of the tempo of this match, and is feeling pretty good about himself with a pretty confident.
And that was a confident run, and that was a confident run out there, Jerry, as well. He had a couple of tight cuts during that rack on the 8, and played it real good. Right. Yeah, it was very noticeable last week and this week even. I've been standing out there watching that a lot of balls being given at the end of the rack, and up to 3 balls I've seen being given, which is unheard of. And Mr. Robles has told, at least for this table, I'm sure he's not going to be able to govern all the tables, but this one he can, and I think he's told them run the balls out. It's not fair for you viewers to just give it because someone could miss, and personally I have no idea why they give someone 3 balls when the guy could easily miss,
Well, I definitely understand. I understand that. There's no question. There's different reasons for different players on why they do that, and there are times, Jeff, when I do that, I'll give a player 3 balls. Sometimes I guess I'm a little crazy, and I'll
just to keep the continuity going.
I'll give 4 balls. I mean, if I scratch and it's stop for a player,
and his caliber, of course.
Right. I'm not saying I'll always do it, and I won't do it on the the TV table if the match is
so
being
you wouldn't
recorded.
do it against me?
Well, I would probably even do it against you.
You wouldn't even give me the last one if it was in the pocket. Oh, this is going to work out nice, safe.
Excuse me, I have to speak with someone. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
That begin our final minutes. We will forfeit the match.
Now that time I'm sure Jeremy did call a safe. I think before he nice safe there. This will be a friendly match. There won't be any animosity in this match. Both these players very professional. Well, Jeremy finds himself up 2-zip, and that's a nice lead there to have. Tony got a nice safe out of that as well. Might see Jeremy jump in this maybe. We just saw a couple of nice safes, and Tony just got out of that safe, and so we might see Jeremy even jump in this, but he's having a good look around, see what he's going to do here.
Okay, so it's 2-0. Jeremy Sossei's in the lead. I'm back in the box here with Jeff Conway at the 2012 Empire State Championships here at Raxx Pool Room in West Hempstead, New York, Holden Chin's pool room. It's certainly a pool player friendly pool room. He does a great job with not only keeping a great menu, but also keeping the pool tables up and making sure that everything is in pristine condition for the players.
From a good player's point of view, this is an ideal pool room. The tables are always in good condition.
Let's see if Jeremy can come with. Wow. Did he
call that?
Did he call the kick shot? Or
doesn't matter
is it
now.
safe? I'm curious.
Well, we're never going to know till after. Unless there's a clairvoyant watching and on the chat room and they can tell us. I like this cool shot business where, you know, if you hook a guy, you don't make the ball where you want it, and you hook him and he gets to give it back to you. I think that's a great rule, and I think most of the players like it.
Well, the silent assassin is at the table, and Tony's looking pretty confident. He's playing at a pretty good tempo, pretty fast tempo. And if Tony's able to get out of this rack here and close the gap to 2-1, I'm guessing that we're all in for a treat with a good match between two great players.
Exactly, and 3-zip to 2-1 is a much better score for Tony.
All right, and Jeremy looks on as Tony Robles eyes the 10 ball, closes the gap to 2-1. Jeremy Sossei's in the lead. All right, and Mrs. Sossei requests a break, and Tony says no problem. So I guess we're on a short break.
Yeah, as I said earlier, this is going to be an amicable match. Neither of these two players are going to get on under each other's skin. This will be played in a very cordial condition. The Silent Assassin. It's a good name.
That together has 1 minute to a forward.
This pool room is situated in West Hempstead on Route 24. get off, if you're heading west on Southern, you can get off at 17 North. Take the next turn after you turn right after you get off the motorway. Go to the next garage, turn left, follow it up to 24, turn right, and the pool room is just on your left on 24. Great pool room, great food, and very friendly staff. So the score is 2-1 to Jeremy Sossei. Tony breaking.
Van Figueroa forfeits his match.
Probably not going to break till Jeremy gets back. So if he breaks, I'm sure Jeremy's back. It wasn't Jeremy's turn to take a break, but Tony said that's fine. Makes a 3 in the top pocket. Bottom pocket, I'm sorry. Looks like he has no shot on the 1 though. Always makes you mad. You break, make a ball, and then you got no shot. Takes you a little out of control. He's going to push. Pushes it on the other side rail. Could see Jeremy giving him this back. But I have a feeling Jeremy's going to come off the right hand side of the 1 ball and send Whitey uptown. And send the 1 ball down on the bottom rail. Let's see. It's called safety. Just like that. And that's pretty nifty. Several balls there blocking the path. I think he might be able to squeeze by that 10 ball. Maybe he's going to have to come off the side rail. It's difficult to tell on these monitors, so bear with us a little bit. Although you're looking at the same thing at home, so I'm sure he's going to have to come off the side rail. He's going to kick behind it, send the cue ball uptown, and he's going to hide him behind the 8. You might see a jump stick coming out here.
Chad Bowling from top grade. Table 29.
Or swirl.
29, Chad Bowling, top grade.
Get the jump stick here, get the short stick. He's probably got to get it out. I'm sure he didn't have it out already. I don't know whether Jeremy, no, that's 41 inches. He's using the short stick here. I'd like to just stop it in its tracks for this 2 ball. Slow down. Didn't want that. Well, he's going to be thinking about it while he takes his stick back and gets the other stick. Key shot here for Jeremy, which he makes and gets on the 4. Very methodical player, takes his time over the shot. I don't think he's particularly slow. I just think he doesn't want to pull the trigger till he's ready. Does play much quicker than he used to. Got to get this back up for the 6. Anytime you're digging into it is a possibility. I saw him jump one off the table earlier like this in his first match. Let's run this round 2 rails, come back for the 7. I think this rack's all over, guys. So we're going to have Jeremy Sossei 3, Tony Robles 1. They have a pretty even track record, these two guys. I follow these guys playing and in these Predator matches, and very often they're both in the final, or one loses and one comes back, but I would never predict one against the other. One could win one week and one could win another. Just got to concentrate on this one. It looks so easy, but it's easy to hit that point. And this one's all over. We have Jeremy Sossei 3, Tony Robles 1. There you see it on the score. Jeremy Sossei 3, Tony Robles 1. Jeremy made light work of that rack. It's a race to 8. I was just saying, Jerry, that seeing these two guys play each other so many times on the Predator that I wouldn't give one over the other, because very often, you know, Tony's in front at the end, or Jeremy.
Both of these players are great players.
Yeah,
there's no question.
I wouldn't say Jeremy beats him more than that. It's pretty even. And that's actually testimony to Tony, who really does not play that much anymore, tournament-wise. Although he gets a lot of matches at Amsterdam, right? Like in straight pool and stuff like that. He plays in those leagues, correct?
Yeah, Tony does the best he can to make it when he can to those leagues. And he still is giving instruction, but he's pulled back a lot, and he's keeping himself a little busy with the National Amateur Pool League. And for those of you who like to learn a little bit more about Tony's pool league, it's I think it's playnapl.com.
And that's tournaments he runs throughout the boroughs in the city, right?
Yeah, that's right. Right now he has a bunch of teams in New York, and Tony has plans on expansion as well. He plans on continuing to grow the league.
This is bar size tables, right? Correct, probably bar tables.
That's correct. Yeah. It's a bar league, but they do have certain evenings and events at pool rooms as well.
Well, Jeremy played a safe there, but it didn't quite come off, and he's left a full shot on the 1 ball here. So let's see what Tony does with it. He's not going to be trying to make it anywhere, but I'm sure he'd like to put the cue ball back up where it is now. We can find a path to wiggle it up there. What do you think, Jerry? Come off the left-hand side of the 1 and back round behind the 7?
I would shoot the cue ball between the 2 and the 4 with left-hand English off the end rail, bringing the one back. It would be kick
behind
bank.
us.
So the one would hit close to the side pocket, but before the side pocket from where we're viewing right now, and end up going down table towards the end rail and in the direction of going behind those balls up there, the 3 and the 8, etc. But wow, he went the other way.
Yeah, that's the way I thought he'd go, but he didn't mean to kick into that 7, so he got lucky there a little bit.
Let's can go wrong there, but with Jeremy shooting the shot right here, I believe that he'll be able to regain control. So I don't really love that safety.
It's a nice shot. It's a nice shot when you get the opportunity. Put both balls the same side of the table and hide behind whatever's there. Well, he's probably called this, I'm not sure. Probably called a safe there. Let's have a look, see what Jeremy probably going to take this on for sure. Tony kicked at it, but this is what he left.
So right here, Jeremy's looking at another safety, and you do have an aggressive bank on the one. You'd be collide into the 4 ball, but that's not something I believe Jeremy's going to go for. Here, there are a few ways that you can play a safe here. Let's see what he does.
Got to watch this. If he comes off the left side of the one with the cue ball, you just got to watch the scratch in the side pocket. But I think that's the easiest way for him to get a safe. Is put the one ball on the side rail and just, I don't know. It looks as though it's got scratch written all over it. Let's see what he does. It probably looks like he's drawing this. He's not sure. He's thinking about all the alternatives here. Doesn't want to screw up with those balls sitting out in the open. The 1 is the only awkward ball on the table with the 8 near it. And even that goes into a couple of pockets.
Tony called a safe, so it doesn't look like Tony has enough of the 1 to make it. So let's see what Tony does here, how he plans on leaving Jeremy with no shot. Well, that worked out pretty well for Tony. It was a really strong kick stun, leaving the cue ball by the end rail, sending the 1 down table towards the 6. And he got a lucky bump off the 6, sending the 6 towards the middle of the end rail, leaving Jeremy a very difficult cut shot or a safety. I have a feeling, though, Jeremy's going to try to cut this ball in and potentially travel in the direction of the 2 ball, potentially bumping the 2. Let's see what Jeremy does.
A lot of green here, though, although in this case blue. He got away with it.
Well, he got away with it, but he got an unlucky bump from the 8. And I don't believe Jeremy has a shot here. Unless he has a 2 in the corner, but I'm not sure from his perspective. Jeremy called this safe, and basically Jeremy is going to try to masse this cue ball a little bit to give him a fuller hit.
And he just sold out there.
Yeah, I didn't like the way he shot that shot. That was an error. Well, Tony's up at the table, trailing this race to 8 games by a 3-1 scoreline. Tony's down to shoot to 2 with a long tester here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's no easy shot. Well, he
It's a
made
great
it look
shot by
easy.
Tony Robles. So, what Tony was looking at was the line that he'd like the cue ball to be in to ensure that he has the proper angle on the 4 so that the cue ball can travel in the direction between the 5 and the 7 on this next position play. Oh, but he went a different route. He went a different route. Wow, I don't like it. He doesn't like it. Wow. That was an error.
I thought he might follow it and play it into the side pocket there by the 5, but I guess.
Right here, I think it looks like Tony's going to bump the 5 here.
And he left it sitting there for Jeremy. So
Wow.
So far, he's handing a few shots to Jeremy here. The score line looks better for Jeremy than it really is, I believe. Especially if he runs these out, puts it at 4-1. Looks like he's drilling him, but Tony's given him a couple of these games. Jeremy goes lefty, get extra points for this. Get off that rail. Well, he can make this on his side, but he'd love to be able to stop it and play the 6. But he can't put any draw on it, right, Jerry? It looks like it's pretty close to the rail there.
Well, here, it's not a draw shot, but it's more of a stun shot. You're going to come up and down, hit the end rail. And, the cue ball wasn't coming backwards.
Right.
But he just didn't want it to go forward. So he knew he was going to have an angle here, and he was willing to accept it. And I think right here, what Jeremy's going to do is hit this with left-hand English and play the 7 back in the other corner pocket. All right, well, that was well executed. Let's see if he has a big enough bump. Well, here, Jeremy's looking at looks like it's a fairly tough angle, but in reality, this is perfect with a nice follow stroke to have position on the 8. It's a very big pocket as well. Shooting down tables slowly at this speed, it's difficult to miss that shot.
Yeah. Center pocket.
Right, that was a good stroke by Jeremy Sossei. And Jeremy gets down to aim and shoot this 10 ball and give him an opportunity to take a 4-1 lead. Jeff, I'm going to leave you alone in the booth for a few minutes.
Okay.
Before I do, I'm going to run
Just
the
do the
NYC
score.
Grind motion logo here. NYCGrind.com. We're doing coverage of the event along with Inside Pool Magazine. And I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Simonis. Big thank you to Simonis and Aramis. Second here.
Just update the score for you guys.
I'm trying to get off this logo here. I'm having an issue. Bear with me 1 second.
Well,
A little bit of a technical.
Your logo, so it's a good issue.
Well, it's not a good issue in reality because I'm trying to get off of this right now. Let's see. Jeremy's breaking. We can hear him. Man. It's not letting me click off here. I still understand it. 1 second. I just tried to delete my, to delete this and it's still going. I don't understand it. Okay, I deleted it right now just to make sure we get this back. I'll have Alvin fix that in a moment. And let me just update the score and then I'm going to leave you alone, Jeff. Just bear with me one more moment. Thank you to all the viewers who were patient while I troubleshot that issue. I'll leave this perspective on for you guys while I leave, and I'm about to update the score right now.
Mike Wong, Ron Mason on 26. Mike Wong and Ron Mason on 26.
Okay, Jeff, I'll be back. Thank you.
Okay, we're sorry about that, guys. We had a technical issue here. Score now is 4-1 to Jeremy, and he's running out this rack. And everything seems to be going Jeremy's way. A couple of the racks look like they were going to be Tony's, and played a bad safe, and a little straight on this, wants to get down on this 8, but I'm sure he'll conjure up something here. Even if he has to power it, it's close enough to the pocket, he knows he's going to make it. Jeremy got himself in a little out of position on that 8 ball, 7 ball. So he elected to play a safe, which takes the control away from him a little bit here. And Tony's going to think about this. Back at the table, never dreamt he was going to be back at the table. And he looks like he's calling it in the corner pocket, but we would like to leave it on the bottom rail. Speed here is important. No scratch. And he scratched and just given this rack definitely to Jeremy. So he'll just play the 7 over, run forward a little bit. Jeremy's happy about that, but lucky to win this particular game. Perfect on the 10, so Jeremy is going to go ahead here 5-1. There we have it. Jeremy Sossei 5, Tony Robles 1. The actual way the play has gone is not really reflected in the score. I would have thought that 5-3 was probably what it would be, but Tony made a couple of safety errors, and also in one of the games hooked himself on the break, which probably would have run out. So Jeremy finds himself ahead 5-1, and as soon as my colleague comes back, I'll update the score for you. Next big tournament that most of these guys will be playing in, the pros, will be the US Open, 21st to 27th October. So the new venue in Virginia Beach, right near Barry Berman's pool room. So made a ball on the side pocket, little cluster up there. 6-3-9. Looks a little awkward. 10-5. Not the easiest of Raxx, so there's going to be some little bumping into some balls here in a moment. US Open's being played in a different venue this year, not the old. It's not in the convention centre where it used to be in Chesapeake. So it's going to be a little different this year. Not played in one huge arena, it's played in several small convention rooms. So it'll be interesting to see what the crowd's response and the players' response is, which we'll only know after the event. That's got one of the balls out of the way, so he's opened up the 3. Now, four to the 5 is going to be the problem here, so let's see what he does. He's going to take these on now, maybe.
Okay, Jeff, I'm back in the box here, and let me update this score. So it's 5-4, Jeremy Sossei over Tony Robles.
Yeah. And if he can move this 5 with this shot, this is the key shot here. If he doesn't move it, he'll play safe after this shot. So he's got the 5 ball tucked up by the 10. See how he goes.
I want to try to go into these balls here and see if Jeremy's able to successfully do that. Great shot.
A little close to his workload.
Oh, but he's beautiful. He's close, but this is great. This is a great shot. Beautiful. And he has a little bit of the right angle, and yes, he's going to have to jack up and get close to this so that he doesn't have a double hit. But yeah, he should be okay here. This is great for Jeremy.
Yep.
Not so great for Tony Robles.
No,
who's going to be looking at a 5-game deficit once Jeremy's able.
And I was just saying, Jerry, that's not. It doesn't really look like a true reflection of how the game went early in the match. It just Tony made a couple of mistakes and Jeremy pounced on them, and the score reflects as if it's all Jeremy, but initially it wasn't all Jeremy, but Jeremy's got the W's.
Tony can't do anything right now as he looks on, as Jeremy intends on pocketing his last 2 balls and taking that 6-1 lead.
Have it. Jeremy Sossei 6, Tony 1. Now a race to 2 for Jeremy. It's a race to 8, and he already has 6. And Tony, wow, he's got a mountain to climb with only one win on the wire. So
Yeah, right now, Tony Robles is looking at a 5-game deficit, but you can never count Tony Robles out. He is a world-class professional, and you never know when he is able to put a package together.
Well,
3, 4, 5 games in a row, you never know.
How many times can you look back at games that you've seen? Now, looking at this, you would think it highly unlikely, but how many times in your career and watching and doing commentary have you seen guys come back and win? It's done all the time.
Absolutely.
The classic one I always tell is Joey Korsiak years and years ago. God, this must be 8 years ago probably. He was in Vegas playing Corey Jewell, and I put him in the tournament. It was in one of the big tournaments in Vegas, and I got a phone call from a friend who said, "Oh, I'm watching Joey play Corey. He's 10-5 down, race to 11. 10-5 down, race to 11, alternate break." I got a phone call 3/4 of an hour later. Joey just beat Corey 11-10.
Wow.
So, you know, it can be done. No question.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Tony has an abundance of 8-0s, 8-1s, 8-2s, pretty much tournament after tournament. And that's one of the reasons why he has led the point standings on the Predator 9-ball tour, or the Predator, 10-ball portion of the Predator tour. And for many years, Tony's been dominant in
Looks like
this
sorry,
event.
Jerry, he's making the 5 here.
Right, he skimmed the 1 and came right back down table, leaving Jeremy no shot. What an amazing save by Tony Robles.
He pointed the 5 in the corner, so I'm not
well,
sure.
he pointed at it. Oh, well.
No, if
he wouldn't
he
be
called it, no, he wouldn't. But Jeremy wouldn't be
Jerry
at the
wouldn't
table.
be.
He'd
We
give it
wouldn't be at
back.
the table. That's right. Wait, no, he
No,
did
he is
call
back,
it.
so
Wow,
he called it.
He called that.
Yeah.
That's very surprising to me because it didn't look like Tony shot it at a speed to make
No, he played it like a perfect safe, and yet he was trying to.
That's
he
a
wanted
shocker.
He wanted to catch a little bit more. I saw him point to that corner, and I said, "Oh, he must think it's dead in line."
Interesting. So I'd also like to thank Inside Pool Magazine. This is a co-production between NYC Grind and Inside Pool. J.L. Calvert has done a really great job in building InsidePool.tv and getting a following, as well as their YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to them yet, be sure to do so, because Alvin and JR plan on posting a lot of these videos on their YouTube channel, free to watch, so be sure to do that. And they also have a Facebook page. Be sure to like them on Facebook. And NYC Grind has a Facebook page as well. Be sure to stop by. We're going to be doing a lot more updates of this event via our Facebook page as this tournament goes on. And I'm going to wait for Alvin to get back to play some of the videos, some of the graphics of our sponsors and supporters. So in the meanwhile, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Simona's Cloth. They've done a lot for the industry in general, helping grow the entire pie over the years, and we're trying to do the very same thing here and collaborate and create a synergistic push where 1 + 1 = 3 or more, and hopefully drive more exposure, drive more interest through exposure and reaching some of the right people. So that's why Facebook is so important, and social media is so important in today's age, because it's not just about pushing out a message. Companies today have to market themselves much differently than they used to years ago, and now successful marketing campaigns have a lot to do with people sharing content, sharing what you're, finding the right people who like that brand and sharing it and being part of it in different ways. So with pool, I think that we have a really golden opportunity here in 2012, where we have the internet, which is one of the most amazing inventions of all time, as well as all of these amazing platforms that have been built upon it, like Facebook as an example, where we can all communicate, have a voice, share, and create an identity, so to speak, an online identity and be part of a culture, or a tribe, as Seth Godin would say. So I'm really excited, and it's going to take an individual effort to team up. It's kind of an oxymoron, but we all have to do our part to comment, to share, to like, and be a part of this industry and have a voice. So it's a golden opportunity, and I'm optimistic. And as long as companies within the industry, like NYC Grind, Inside Pool, and as most of the pool world knows, Iwan Simonis as Simonis, if companies can team up and help each other, add more value to the sport, to this game that we all love, as well as helping each other create great entertainment, which is a big part of the reason why I'm excited to team up with JR and Inside Pool, and Alvin as well has been a big help, especially with the live streaming. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thanks out there, as well as to remind us all that we have an opportunity, and with that comes a responsibility to take action, to share, to let your friends know, to just be part of this wonderful tribe that we're all a part of.
Well said, young man.
Thank you, Jeff.
In the meantime, what happened, Jeremy played a great safe. Tony tried to play a safe and left him a shot. And Jeremy started to run out, and then when he got to a point where there was no shot, he played another safe. And now has found himself back at the table running the balls out. But it looks like he's got himself in a little difficulty here. I see him playing safe here. He can move that 5 ball across in line with the 10. He might just go downtown. And he does go downtown, but that's a difficult shot. Yeah, he's going to just slide it over. Just like to move this about 9 inches to the right. Not even.
Jeremy doesn't like it.
No, he left him a little, but he left him the right side of it, so it's not like if he'd have left him the other side, he could cut it, but he's put Tony back in back, which is and your comment about the computer and the laptops and totally the web, everything has made such a phenomenal difference in this world that it's not what it was, that's for sure. What did we do before we had computers and iPhones? Safety.
Tony calls us safe here, and I'm curious if Tony's going to try to come 2 rails and strike the 5 ball from behind and send it down table.
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful. Is it going to run too far? Maybe?
Well, this is let's see here. Well, this is tricky. Tony doesn't really like this right here, because it looks like Jeremy either has, from this perspective, either has the whole ball, or he has a portion of the 10 ball to jump over. The reason I say a portion is because it's not the full height of the center of the 10. He would only have to jump over the edge of the 10, which is a much smaller.
Makes it a little easier. All right. I think he can see. I think he can see enough to pot it in that corner if he wants, but
well, it looks that way.
Yeah. But the cue ball is going to have to come down and up again for the 6. Oh. Yeah,
wow.
Where's the cue ball going?
Wow, well, that was a big big miss by Jeremy, giving
Well,
Tony an opportunity to climb back in this set.
He maybe have just calculated there that I'm 5 up. Maybe I can afford to just
Well,
take this on, you know.
Yeah, Jeff, I don't think Jeremy ever thinks that way. I don't know. You spend a lot of time with Jeremy, does he?
I don't know there. But, you know, it wasn't an easy shot, so maybe he didn't have much of an option with safety, so I think he may just took it on.
Okay. Tony had a big pocket there, and he used the side of the 8 ball to help make the 5 ball and play ideal position on the 6. Wow,
Oh, you're
huge
kidding me.
mental error by Tony Robles. There can't
Yeah.
be any other.
Yeah.
There can't be any other reason.
And with the cool pocket, that,
Wow.
went in the wrong pocket, so Jeremy gets to back at the table, which he can't believe is, just can't believe it. I'm back here.
That's amazing. That's an amazing miss by Tony Robles.
Jeremy just thinks he come out of a genie bottle. What am I doing here?
Wow. Tony had an opportunity there to really climb back in the set.
And he hit that so hard as well, didn't he? I mean,
Well, he wanted to open up his stroke, I think, and get going. But I don't know. I don't really know what happened there.
well, he played right into Jeremy's wheelhouse there, that's for sure. He didn't dream he was going to be back at the table on this rack. Oh,
Wow.
keep my mouth shut here.
Wow.
How many times
It
do you
looked like
say
a mental
that?
error by Jeremy Sossei.
Right, but how many times do you say that? You know, he's going to get out here and the guy misses as soon as you say it.
I don't know. It looked like Jeremy just got up a little quick there. It seemed like he was already shooting the 10.
And he played good position on the 9 as well. That was a good positional shot. Tony's saying to himself, am I going to make this? Yes.
Wow.
Well, so we have a late comeback by Mr. Robles. See if he can keep it going. 6-2 now. Jeremy Sossei 6, Tony Robles 2. So far, Tony hasn't assassinated anybody, but he's working at it.
All right, we're here at the 2012 Empire State Championships, hosted by Raxx Pool Room in West Hempstead. This is a follow-up to the Ginky Memorial Tournament, which was last weekend. For those of you who don't know, Ginky is what the pool world Ginky is what people would call him in the pool room, but his full name was George Sansucci. And George was literally, in my opinion, one of the most influential figures to ever grace the pool world in general. And we had the opportunity here in the New York area to watch and learn from this legend who unfortunately left us way too soon.
40 years old, right?
So here we are. Tony comes to break. Tony was a very close friend of Ginky over the years. You know, between Tony, Frankie, Ginky, you know, and a handful of other elite players in the New York area. These guys represented New York everywhere they went. You know, carried New York on their back, and you know, really put a good name out there for New York, producing some amazing talent. And it was a huge loss to the New York landscape, but more importantly to the entire pool community, pool world. And his impact has been felt, and it was clear last weekend when 175 total competitors, total pool players, came out to Amsterdam Billiards and do their part to help keep Ginky's memory alive. And there was a beautiful amateur event there that ran alongside an open pro event, and amazing talent came out to participate, including Warren Quiamco, a handful of amazing Filipino players like Ramon Mystica, who Efren calls the greatest coach in the Philippines, and Mike DeShane, just a who's who of players. Ryan McCreesh came out, Billy Lana, which is a blast from the past. He used to be a tremendous player back in the day. Still plays, but not as competitively anymore. And that was just a great event. And Earl Strickland beat Mike the Fireball DeShane in the finals in a dominant fashion after getting a reprieve from Warren Kiamko, who ended up placing third. So back here, Tony just jumped the 1 and pocketed the 10, which he did not call. So Tony brought the 10 back up, and now Jeremy Sossei has the option to either let Tony shoot again or shoot this shot. And it looks like Jeremy doesn't have a clear shot to make the 1 ball, but I think that Jeremy may play a kick safe here, but I'm not sure, Jeff. I don't know. What do you think? Let's change this angle.
Yeah, there's plenty of room there. I think he's gonna come off the cushion and just shouldn't be going too hard if he's going to try and make it. Well, he got away with it. Oh, he got away with it. He missed that 5 altogether.
So Tony gets up.
Getting back
it's not like he's looking at anything that's a cakewalk here. But please continue, Jeff.
No,
what were you saying?
Well, these balls are a bit of a mess, but getting back to you talking about the Ginky Memorial, George Sansucci Memorial, I thought that Earl's little speech at the end, which he started off in a sort of nervous fashion, but got into it when he realised the crowd was behind him, and said some real nice things there at the end.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
And it was captured and put in the press, and it was very poignant what he was saying, and that Ginky will be missed and has been missed, and it was shown by the turnout. So I agree with you 100%. It was great. It certainly hasn't fizzled out, and he's going to grow into something probably even bigger. And of course, Jerry was referring to Frankie Hernandez, and he said Frankie, which I know all the New York players will know, but in case you're from further afield, he was talking about Frankie Hernandez, who's a legend in his own way in New York, correct?
No question. I mean, Frankie, for many, many years, has been, and in a way continues to be, one of the most dominant players in the New York landscape. No question. I mean, he's still a very dominant player today. Some people get fooled by, the lack of practice and time that he puts in, and he's not actually, traveling around the world or traveling around the nation. And Frankie didn't really like to travel too far from New York as a rule, but he would. And he was on Team Puerto Rico with Tony Robles at one point when they had the teams, like the legendary teams, the playing cards and everything, and Team Puerto Rico did amazingly and shocked the world. So Tony and Frankie had a big, they played a big part in that, Frankie Hernandez. And while Frankie's not playing quite like how he used to, he still is dominant. But back in the day, I remember playing Frankie on many, many occasions, and I've seen with my own eyes the amount of firepower that man has on the pool table. He breaks the balls extremely hard, and you really feel the impact of the presence really of Frankie when you're playing Frankie. There's no question, because he has that firepower. He can creep up on you and win 3, 4, 5 games in a row, like we were talking about earlier, in a flash. So here we are. Jeff, please continue.
This looks like what Tony is going to do here. In fact, Jeremy just made a mistake. He had to kick at a ball. He kicked and sent it down the bottom and left it in the pocket for Tony. And Tony now has these 2 balls to be 6-3. So all of a sudden he's gone from 6-1 to 6-3. So pretty impressive. And who knows, we could have a match of this in a minute. It's win or break, so it's not like it's alternate break where you definitely get a chance. Certainly Tony's feeling more confident now than he was a couple of games ago, let's put it that way.
Well, no question. Tony's back at the table. Right now this is Tony's table. Jeremy's sitting down, and it's up to Tony to give away his inning, so to speak.
And all Jeremy can do is sit and ponder over his mistake, which is never good.
if that's what Jeremy's doing. I wonder what's going through Jeremy's mind right now.
I'm sure he's thinking about, oh my God, if I just kick that a little differently, I'd be at the table now. But he's still got opportunity. He only needs 2 games. But as I said, Tony's now on 3, and if he wins the next one, he'll be 4. And before you know it, he'll be right behind Jeremy. So Jeremy, I see him right now. He's sticking pins in an effigy of Tony Robles. No, I'm just joking.
Big shout out to all of my peeps on the stream. I haven't been watching the chat. Excuse me, I haven't really been watching the chat. But I see a few people on there, and they say hello. We say hello back, and I appreciate everyone who's just not watching, but doing what they can to take some action and collaborate and chat and communicate. It's awesome. Thank you guys for being alive.
And I'd like to say the same. Anyone out there who knows me, any friends that are out there listening, hi, and you have a great weekend, and hope you're enjoying what you're watching.
Tony Robles right now shooting the 1. Let's see if he's going to shoot a shot or a safe. All right, well, Tony plays the safe, and it looks like the cue ball. This was a position speed safe where it could have turned out. It could have turned out pretty ugly for Tony, but he struck it at a really advanced speed, and Jeremy right now doesn't have a clear shot, but I think he has half
see a bit
jump.
of it, Jeremy.
Let's see. Let me see here. Let me change this angle. He doesn't have a clear shot here. He's about a half a ball of a jump. When you jump over a half a ball, which increases his odds on striking the 1 ball.
I think you can see a tad of it. Difficult to see. Look more room from the other way, actually. Yeah, it looks. I don't know. Just looks as though.
But even if he can see a little bit, I like to elevate my cue here and jump over the 5 ball, and try to make the 1 here. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even if he hits half of it, he's going to be hitting the 10. And
well, not with draw. I would jump jump over the 5 ball with an extreme amount of draw.
Try and put it over by the 3,
and
maybe.
What I would do is avoid the 10, narrowly avoid the 10, and bring the cue ball between the 5 and the 7, and try to come off that end rail and bump the 2, or come in that direction of the 2.
3 and the 7, you mean, right down on the bottom?
Really, come between the 3 and the 7, yes, and then come off that end rail and try to break up the 2.
Let's see if he puts draw on this, guys.
Well, that he didn't really stroke it that great.
Almost made it though.
Yeah, it was a bad stroke. He knows it. You could hear the sound. You could hear.
Well, the only good news is here the cue ball's near the cushion, which cuts down Tony's options a little bit.
Well, absolutely. I mean,
I think we're going to see a safe here, Jerry.
By making this ball here, that doesn't mean that you're going to really like your next shot looking at the 2 ball, because the angle, the position of where the 1 in the cue ball is, it's really leaving a lot of work here. So Tony gives this back to Jeremy, since Jeremy did play the shot. And let's see what Jeremy's got here. I have a feeling he's going to play a safe with this.
Yeah, I think so. I think he just wants to put the 1 ball back down on the bottom rail. Even if he doesn't get a safe out of it, I think he just wants to leave distance here. I'll soon see. I'll see the angle he gets down at. It's Mike Davis. I believe he's back in Maryland now. On the next table to the right, in the shorts there.
Mike's a great player for those of you who are part of this stream and haven't had the opportunity to watch Mike play. If he makes it to the live stream table, which I'm sure he will later on in this event, I give my recommendation to be sure to check him out. While he has an unorthodox style about the way he plays the game.
I was just going to say unorthodox stroke, which I know why he did it. He told me years ago why he did it, but
So while Mike Davis may have a little bit of an orthodox style, or a lot of it of an unorthodox style, it doesn't mean that he isn't a tremendous player, and he has proven that many times in many different events and different games. So he's a great player.
He's won he's won a major, I believe, one major, and he's won a lot of big bar box tournaments. Huge, you know, like $15,000 in Vegas. He's won like 2 or 3 of those, and very good. He's a good player, absolutely. Been on the Moscone Cup, so he's been around the block and still plays really good.
Yeah, he really does.
He's known for his seesaw action, and he makes do with. He didn't used to have that. He used to have a worse stroke than that, and the only way he could rectify it was to. The only way he could rectify it was to do this seesaw stroke.
Doing good. We're graced with the presence of a special guest here. We have Jericho Jack along with us in the box, and he's no. Excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna put this on mute as I speak to Jack. 1 second.
And Tony's running this rack out here, and again, big mistake with Jeremy with that safety, leaving him a shot, and before you know it, it's going to be 6-4. And I don't see Tony making a mistake here, but I don't want to jinx him, so I'm not going to say any more till he runs it out. Because if he misses, Gail will be after me. She's watching at home. It's a nice shot there on the 8. He got a little out of whack on that. Made it hard for himself then. Oh, he made it. That's a great
Tony
shot.
Robles closes the gap to 6 games to 4.
Yeah, amazing.
And Tony is relentless on that pool table, and he never gives up when he's, wearing his competitor's hat. He's also juggles playing this event, running this event, excuse me. And
as you saw, Jerry, he got a little out of position on that 10 ball and had to come with a really great cut there at the end.
Yeah.
And like we said, now it's 6-4 and he's breathing down Jeremy's neck, and Jeremy's feeling the hot breath. Wins the next one and Jeremy's going to really be sweating. Jeremy definitely would like to win this one.
Okay, well, Tony Robles to break. He is down by 2 games. Tony needs 4 games to win. Jeremy needs 2 games to win. And Tony's goal right now is to keep Jeremy sitting down in the electric chair and try to continue on and put a package together here. So let's see what Tony's got here with this break. Tremendous break. The power of the break propels the cue ball in the air, dropping and stopping right in the center of the table. Tony pocketed a ball. I'm not sure if he pocketed more. Let's see, 3, 6,
I think
8.
at 10 he's coming
He
back up.
pocketed 2 balls. Oh, he pocketed the 10 ball, comes right back up. Has a shot in the one in the side pocket, and he has an opportunity to do a little work here. Let's see what he's got.
Well, we've got the 5-9-7 there. 5-9-7 look a little awkward at the side of the table there.
Safe.
Looks like Jeremy's taking a break here. Well, looks a little bit of a messy table here, so 2012 Empire State 10 ball tournament run by Tony Robles and William Finnegan. It's at Raxx on Raxx on Route 24 in West Hempstead. You get the chance to come by and visit the pool room. Very pool friendly. Well, it's a pool hall, of course, but some are not so friendly. Great food, great tables. Jeremy's taking a little breather here and wants to make sure he gets back in this game because the score's gone from 5-1 to 6-4, and Jeremy's only made one game in Tony's 4. So things are sliding down for Jeremy, so he wants to definitely get back in this game. Tony made the 10 on the break. This gets respotted. Let's see what Jeremy can do here. One's up the top of the table.
28, Charles Young, George Rodriguez. George Rodriguez, Charles Young on 28.
Now this is makeable. Looks like we're 2 in the centre of the table, but he's got to move that 7-9-5 at some point or be playing a safety when he gets down to the 5. Bit of a mess, this rack. He wants to win the next game, so he's got to be very careful he doesn't hand this back to Tony Robles, who's can't wait to get back at the table. 10 ball gets respotted if it's made on the break, which if you're playing a friendly in your room, I'm sure to make the 10 on the break, it's win. Not so here. Go for this, I think. No, can I put it behind the 8? A nice safety. Well, let's put Jeremy in the driver's seat for a minute while Tony sees what he can do here. Tony's jumping. He's left the 1, as long as the 8 doesn't get in the way, 4 gets in the way. He's got a 1-3 combo, or he can play safe. It looks like he's not taking too long over this, so let's see what he does. Doesn't want to take any chances here though. Unfortunately I can't hear what he called. Probably called a safe, I would have thought. Yeah, this is going to be nice up behind the 5. Another great safe there from Mr. Sossei, putting the pressure on Tony Robles. Jeremy wants to win this next one because if he can get on the hill 7-4, it'll give him a little more confidence. But if he loses and it's 6-5, he's going to start getting a little sweaty. Tony's jumping again. This is certainly getting a lot of jumping practice here. That was a great shot. He called that. Kick, jumped it in. What a shot from Tony Robles there. Wow. What a shot. That was a phenomenal shot. Wow, and got nicely on the 3. Well, he deserves to win this rack after that, but 5-9-7 looks real awkward, so now he's going to try and smash into him. No. Has he got enough room to get by that 9 for the 5? Well, we got the 4 first. Sorry, guys. Got to get good position on this shot. Great shot. Well, he's going to try and pick the 5 out of here. He weaves his way through this rack. It's already testament to how good he plays. Oh, he went for safety. Nice safe there. Just stopped it on that side of the rail and sent the ball round. Now, can Jeremy see a bit of that? This all comes from a great kick jump, or jump kick, whatever you want to call it, on the 1 ball. Another nice safe if he doesn't scratch. Well, it's all starting to unravel for Mr. Sossei here. He's going to find himself 6-5 down after this, but the only saving grace is the 7. And Tony's lining it up so he can knock into it right now. He's going to come across the 5 and hit the 7, I believe. Worked out nicely, split everything up. Oh, he missed the 5. I'm busy looking at the 7 and I didn't even see he missed it. Well, he got lucky here. Didn't leave a shot for Jeremy, so Jeremy will be playing safe here. Speed's a problem here because he'd like to hit the 5 and put it down by the 8, but is he going to have enough momentum on the cue ball to get it back down the bottom of the table? Oh, he got it. Went the other way, but that was a great shot. And the thing is, how close is that to the 8 ball? Tony can make this off the cushion with a swerve shot. Might miss this though. Could easily miss this ball. No, he made it. Great shot. And now it looks like Tony's definitely in the driver's seat. 6-4 from 6-1 down. Oh my God. 4 games to Jeremy's 0. Tony's looking around here. I'm not sure what the problem is. Oh, he's waiting to get around there to play the shot because the other side of the table is being used. There we go. Having a good look at this. You're going to draw this back and play it in the side pocket, or draw it. Let's see. Putting some action on it, whatever he's doing. Not going to like that, I don't think. Not where he wanted it. I think it goes by the 10 in the corner. Looking at it now, he might be better off just bringing that 7 across down by the 9 and running uptown with the cue ball. He's calling it in the corner. No, he doesn't like it. Got to make sure he ends up on the 8 ball here. Yeah, he's looking to go 3 rails here. Little dilemma here. I think he can make the 7, but got to ensure he has a good shot on the 8 after. He's still not happy about it. And Tony doesn't usually deliberate this long, so he knows he doesn't want to be giving Jeremy this game. Which Jeremy should have already put away by now, but succumbed to the pressure a little. He'd like to be further on that as well. Just not quite getting perfect position that he's looking for. It's a great shot. He's still got some work to do here. Well, Tony's picking his way through this.
Tony. All right, so is this the right score here? Or is this wrong?
Yes.
Have you been updating it yourself?
No, that's correct. No, that's the correct score.
Have you been doing it? Oh, you've been doing it? Okay, do you want to finish the match?
Thank you. I'm going to get you on the game for the next match. You guys are doing great. Thank you.
Well, Tony's picking his way through this game. Jeremy let him back in, and nothing easy.
Wow. What a great shot by Tony Robles.
He's taken his time over this rack. He's had difficult shot after difficult shot, and he's pulled them off. And one shot he cut the 7 in and wasn't sure how he was going to get on the 8, and he left himself that bank. And testament to his dexterity and his hanging in there, because now the score's
6 to 5.
6 to 5, and it was 6-1 at one point.
Jeremy is not happy. He's sitting in the chair, and he knows he's had plenty of opportunities to close this out, or at least win that 7th
And by the
game.
way, let me just tell you, Jerry, if there's a highlight reel, pick it off this one. Note which game this is. Tony jump kicked the 1 ball on the rail and made it in the corner pocket, and it was an absolutely top class shot. 1 ball was on the top rail, cue ball was here, he jumped.
But Jeff, right now, when you're saying here, you're pointing,
I'm
to
telling
me.
you, so I'm telling you. Well, the viewers already saw it, I'm just showing you.
All right.
No, I understand that.
I know you do. I'm just kidding around.
Here was just for Jerry, because I wanted to fill him in what happened.
Beautiful. I appreciate it, Jeff.
And I'm sure that the viewers at home are still reveling that shot, because that was a phenomenal jump kick.
So here we are, 6 games to 5. Jeremy Sossei. It's pronounced. Jeff, is it pronounced Sossei or Sossei?
I call him Sossei, but Jeremy Sossei.
It's Saucy though. I think
it is supposed
told
to be
me
saucy.
that it's saucy.
Yeah, I know, but I know him well enough to be belligerent and say it wrong.
You could say it however you want to say it, because how you think it should be said.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to know what I'm going to be calling him after this game.
Tony parks the cue ball right in the middle of Times Square. I love it.
And no shot on the 1.
Tony's breaking the balls tremendously today, in my opinion. I really think he's coming with break after break. Like a tremendous break after break. It's amazing.
I think he might be able to see more of this 1 than you think. Or he may even just spin around it a little bit and throw it in the pocket, because I think he can see enough of this. If he can just late swerve, if he can just swerve around that 5. Come on, little. Oh, he just decided to play.
Wow. Well, I like the shot a lot, because Jeremy is he's limited in his options here. He can't go over the ball. I mean, he can, but it's extremely difficult shot.
The only good thing,
it makes no sense.
I'll tell you, it's sort of funny, but the only good thing about Jeremy being at the table this long, it's saving his manager food bills, because this kid eats all day long and eats about 8 meals a day. So as long as he's at this table, his manager is a real happy camper.
Well, I'm not sure if his mother's a real happy camper, because she'd like to see his growing boy eat.
No, his manager's very happy at the moment, but I'm sure his manager's going to have to buy him a big meal after this.
Mike Davis on the front table. Slow rolls the 7. About to shoot the 9. He's playing well. Back on the TV table, Jeremy pulls out the jump cue. I don't like this jump shot because you can go over it, but the 6 is blocking the corner pocket, and I just don't think a lot of really good things are going to happen here. I think it's a sellout jump shot.
Yeah, the 5 didn't even get over it.
I don't like that shot.
He's unraveling. We had Earl start to unravel earlier, and we got Jeremy. This is definitely an unravel situation because he was 6-1 up, and he now finds himself 6-5, and I guess that'll start you unraveling if you look at the score.
Yeah, well, it can. I mean, Jeremy doesn't. He's frustrated, but he doesn't look like a broken player. I mean, you could see him there sitting down, watching on as Tony Robles takes control of the ball in hand. And it's not an easy situation for a player to be sitting there and watching your opponent catch a gear while you seem to be kind of stuck in the mud. So he's feeling it, but at the same time, Jeremy looks to me like he's aggressive. He shot the jump shot. It doesn't seem like he's giving up on this set, but he just seems frustrated where he can't get out of the mud.
Is that the 4 on the bottom rail or the 2? That's the 4.
I believe
right?
it's the 4, but I'm not sure.
Because he's looking here as if he got a little out of position there on his 3.
Yeah, it is the 4 ball. Tony's sizing up the situation here.
He might just feather this and send the cue ball up to the top rail. That's what I think.
Well, Tony's thinking through, if I make the 3 ball in the corner pocket, how can I come around
get back on that 4
and get back down table, or back up, shoot the 3. For those of you who don't really know what I'm talking about, shoot the 3 in a way where you're having the cue ball come down table to strike about 3 different rails, but now the 8 ball is in the way there. And the other way to do it is before the side pocket, but that won't give you enough of an angle to hit the end rail. So Tony's thinking through, how can I, so he's trying to go behind the 8 ball, narrowly avoid the side pocket, and come between the side pocket and the 8 ball with bottom left-hand English at hard enough speed to have the cue ball come up and down table. So this is a solid medium to hard stroke with bottom left-hand English.
He's also got to think, if he misses the 3, where's it going to be? Because if he's trying to get back down on that 4, yeah, look at that little leeway he's looking at there. Look, Jerry, between the 8 and that cushion. That's like a no man's land. He's got like
that's the shot. I mean, your surgeon sometimes has to perform a difficult procedure.
Well, the surgeon's got to come up with some operation here, because I'm not so sure if that's even looks possible to get that between that gap, but we'll soon see. I think he should just play safe, but I guess he's worried where he's going to leave that 3. I mean, could he thin it thin enough that he could just leave it behind the 9?
Well,
come
if
up
you hit
down and just bring the ball down to this top rail.
Well, if you hit it thin enough and you're trying to play, the speed control position and have the cue ball stop right by the 9, you really have such a small window of error. As you have.
But I don't like that coming.
You have a small window.
You could come off the 8.
Or high percentage of error. Well, I like this shot that Tony's going to shoot. You got to just narrowly avoid it. You got to thread the needle here.
I'll call it. He's going to scratch in the side if he plays that shot off the 8.
Okay, well that's your.
It's a possibility. I'm not saying he will, but that's a definite possibility.
All right, let's see. Well, here Tony's not shooting it how I would shoot it. Yeah, exactly. So he's not shooting. He wasn't shooting it.
He played that other option I said about.
He played the other option.
Cutting it thin. Well, he's got away with it.
Well, he played
best he could there. Really,
a really intelligent shot there because he played the percentages.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make sure that the 3 was struck at such a speed where the 3 would be as close to the end rail as possible and potentially tie up with the 4 ball.
And he's left Jeremy hitting over the 5, which of course makes it doubly difficult.
Yes, it definitely does. It's not easy.
But the only thing, the good news for Jeremy is if he thins the 3, it's going to stop against that 4 ball. So if he can come back uptown past the 6, he's probably going to get a safety out of this, or at least distance. That's what he's looking at now, is what's going to happen with that 3. This jacked up business is never good, I tell you.
Wow.
Well, this is becoming a very interesting match here. You see what I mean about the 3 hitting the 4, right? It's going to just stay there.
Well, Jeremy's going to use that to his advantage and play it safe here. Leave the 3 right there. Come back up table. Wow, well, he hit that a little full and got away with one.
He got away with that big time.
He hit that a little, well, more than a little full, hit a real full and got away with
did
it.
He get? Oh my God! That could
Tony,
be a match winner.
but now, wait a minute. A little suspense here. Tony has the option to give it back. So Tony's going to look at this shot, but I don't believe Tony's going to shoot it.
No, I think he called safe, right? I'm sure he called safe. So.
Oh, excuse me, he called the safe there. That's right.
So
what am I saying?
That's
That's right, because he called the safe.
But it didn't come out how he wanted. It actually came out better than he wanted.
That's right. Well, it worked out well for Jeremy, and he did get away with it because he called the safe. Right. And Tony Robles is forced to shoot.
Sorry, talking over you. If he ends up winning this, this could be the very shot that put him back in the driver's seat. Tony's going to have to ponder over this one.
This match is getting exciting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm into it.
Well, we said it was going to be close. At the beginning, we said it was going to be close. Jeremy ran away with it, and now all of a sudden, it's back as close as you can get one game. And Tony doesn't want to come off the side cushion to hit this because he'll scratch in the corner. So he's coming in the corner. And did he get lucky? No. Make that in the side or play safe. I see him sliding this over and putting it in between the 8 and the pocket. Look at that angle, it looks like you can make it in the side pretty easy on that shot there, doesn't it? That shot looks like that's makeable in the side. But you still got to get back down the other end on that 4, right?
Right now, I'm looking at Jeremy's mannerisms, and I'm thinking, what's going through his head? I laugh sometimes when I'm watching Jeremy play to myself because I love the kid. He's so into the game. He's a consummate professional.
You know who he models his game on? He told me.
On who he models his game on?
Have a guess.
Let me think about this for a second.
Not an American player.
Let me think. Ralph Souquet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From when he was younger, he loved his the way he took himself to the table, his mannerisms, his integrity, everything about his game he loved, and he tried to,
he modeled his game.
That composure, yeah.
That's a good person to model your game on, and I can see. I can see even the way he'll line up
consistency,
a shot, and that's why I'm actually surprised.
From here, Jerry, it looks like if you just roll towards the 3 and run forward and hide the ball behind the 8. I know it's a little risky, but...
Well, that's certainly an option. Getting back to my thought real quick, I'm surprised that Jeremy was sitting down earlier with his legs crossed and his posture that indicated that, he was... I wouldn't say giving up, but as you said, because I didn't think he was giving up. That's not what I got from him, but he was certainly frustrated, and he
was on the phone to Germany.
He was phoning a friend. He was
phoning a friend.
Jeremy couldn't wait to get up and phone a friend at that moment.
Good one. You run with my joke and make it better. I like that. That's good.
Well, Jeremy is back at the table. He's holding a 6-5 lead and has an opportunity here to continue that. Let's see what he's got.
And he gets on the 4.
Wow. Wow. Nice shot.
As long as he's not too straight. I think he's got a little angle there. Can we see it the other way around, Jerry? Alright, it's pretty straight, right? Going to see a big draw here, maybe?
Exactly. Draw with a lot of left-hand English, which is going to reverse the cue ball and send it much more in the direction of the 5. Right.
Like
wow. Without a visual tool, I have to explain it the best way I can. Fade to black. Just kidding, guys. All right, so back here on the TV table, Jeremy
He's got
Sossei
straight on this one as
is
well,
holding a
Jerry.
6-5 lead in the 2012 Empire. What is this event? The Empire State 10-ball championships here at Raxx Pool in the West Hempstead. And Lenny Favada behind Tony Robles, maybe yawning, but I'm into it. I love to see Lenny around. He's a great player and a great guy. And Tony's on the edge of his seat. And Jeremy comes with a shot where he fires in the 5-ball and somehow overstrokes the cue ball and scratches.
Jeremy, he has no more friends to phone. He's going to have to sit down and think about this one just himself.
Wow, let's see his posture. I'm curious to see Jeremy's posture here.
Jeremy ever broken?
He closes, but see now he closes his arms right away and kind of crosses his legs. I think he's really frustrated here, and I just don't like to do that. Because for me, I'm an energy, I'm a feel kind of a player, and I like to keep the energy flowing through my body.
He didn't mean to scratch there, so you know.
Well, I know right now he's closing up though. His energy's closing up.
He wants to cut his throat right now, but he can't find it.
Tony Robles is in full control.
6-6.
Ties up the set, 6 games apiece here on the TV table. Lenny Favada's waking up. Tony's moving the scoreline.
Do you think it could be that because it's Tony's event that Jeremy's letting him win? What do you think?
Oh, come on. Jeremy, I mean, you think Jeremy's letting anyone win? Jeremy doesn't let people win.
I think he's throwing him a
Come
bone.
on, Jeff. You sound like you don't know Jeremy that much today. Come on.
I think he's throwing him a bone so he can get in the next tournament.
I don't know about all that. I think your imagination is running wild.
Well,
so I'm going to change the score. And Tony's going to rack the balls.
6-6.
He's using the Delta 13 rack. The Delta 13 rack is a good rack. It really does rack the balls great. Does the job. Here, Tony has a rack your own format. And I like the rack your own format a lot, actually, because there are 2 main reasons. One, it takes out the one player looking at the other player after breaking the balls and having a bad rack, or feeling like they got a bad rack. It takes that whole tension, that whole factor out of the equation, and I like that. I'd rather see someone eventually racking the balls, so just completely, so like the player's not doing racking their own balls, and vice versa. But ultimately, it's very fair for you to rack your own balls. I mean, if you make the 10 on the break, it comes back up, which is fair. So you can't have any trickery there. And the other thing is it keeps the momentum going. It keeps the momentum going.
It's better for the viewers and it's quicker.
In my opinion.
The only thing is you just got to watch out that sometimes there might be the odd player around who racks them a little loose at the back end and for his advantage. So that's the only thing you got to watch.
A player has the option to watch that if they choose to watch it. Right. I don't watch it. I don't worry about that. I'm just glad that I'm not sitting there and watching a player fiddle with a 1 ball for half an hour before I can break the balls.
Right. And it's definitely not good for the viewers because the last thing they want to do is watch a guy fiddling around with a rack.
Yeah, exactly. No one wants to watch someone trying to be perfect and place the balls perfectly in a perfect manner.
Jerry,
mean, no way.
I got to say, I'm absolutely stunned that this score, when it was 6-1, and we were pontificating about the options that Tony could win the next one,
Wow. Well, here Tony played the safe there, but I don't know. Did he play the safe? Because I don't like the way he stroked that ball. It just seemed it wasn't a good shot.
But can you believe
if
it's 6-6?
If this is a safe, it's not a great safe. This is not something you want to leave Jeremy. It's 6-6 right here.
Seriously though, can you believe it's 6-6 when we were at 6-1?
This is I mean, I could believe it. I know what you mean, and it's like knowing, yes, I mean, I can believe it, but the way it was going, you would never think that it would be 6-6,
exactly,
right?
Because I was saying, look at the times we've seen it, even though it doesn't look possible, and here, right before our very eyes, it's unravelled.
That's exactly right. But now, the path there was different from how we were talking about with packages and running out.
Right. But I never believed it when I was talking about the possibility of it. I never dreamt that it would be 6-6.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So
and Errol Strickland is warming up.
Means I'm not a good judge of anything, I guess.
Well, Jeff, what it means is that this is one of those weird Twilight Zone type of matches. You know, that's what a player feels like. You're sitting there, and like Jeremy feels kind of he feels like helpless. He's frustrated. He doesn't understand how the momentum and the energy and everything is shifted like this. And he's sitting there, he's trying to reset.
He can still win it, but he feels pretty low at the moment.
Exactly. Because see now, like for example, look at his posture. Look at him. And now he's doing much more like Ralph Souquet, for example.
Well, Zen.
Back
he
on track.
He gets in a Zen-like.
Right, and when I agree with that. I mean, you don't have to always be quite positional just like that, but as long as you're not closing yourself off.
In a zone, and he doesn't. He watch, and also Ralph watches the table all the time. Not like players that are texting and looking away and doing anything, but he never takes his eye off the table. And the moment they miss, bingo, he's out of his seat and he knows exactly where the balls are, what he's going to do. And a lot of players should learn from that. That's a nice safety there.
Yeah.
Now this is going to turn into a long, drawn-out rack, I'll tell you that right now.
Jeremy is looking at a very long table option here on the 3-ball where he's safe.
Totally
I'm looking
safe.
at this.
Totally 100% safe.
He's safe behind the 6-ball.
Almost
frozen on the end rail with a lot of green or blue in this case between.
And he can only go, it looks like, off the, looking at the table as we see it now, the left-hand bottom rail. He can come off the left-hand bottom rail and come round behind the one. That's the only way I see it coming.
Yeah, so if you're going to go that route, and would you strike the side rail before the side pocket with left-hand English, or how would you go about it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you can get there any other way. I think you've got to just hope you don't hit the 8 on the way through, or he's going to jump. It's a full-length jump at the table, but this is a difficult shot, I'll tell you that now.
We're talking about Jeff's option, the side rail, for those of you at home that would like to learn potential option here. You would cue the shot in a way where you're going to shoot and hit the side rail before the side pocket with a lot of left-hand English, which would extend
it looks like he's swirling.
It would extend the angle, but Jeremy's not going to do that. Let's see. Wow, that was a strong masse right there by Jeremy Sossei.
Right there,
but yes, he left Tony a shot in the 1-ball with the 2-ball right by the corner pocket over there. So Tony's going to try to roll in this 1-ball and hope that he doesn't save himself behind that 5.
Jeremy won't be sleeping tonight if he loses this match, I'll tell you.
Great shot by Tony Robles. Of course, the direction keeps himself away from that 5-ball. And Tony's great at that. And right here, what do we do here?
Well, he could. I think he's going to reverse it and take it back down between the 8. Oh, he's going to play on the side.
That's a great shot by Tony Robles.
Yeah, I think from here it doesn't look much, but I think from where he is, it looks like a big pocket. Oh, I don't know. That ain't so big a pocket.
Yeah, Tony makes these. It's not a big pocket. It's a difficult shot. But Tony loves this shot, and this is if you play straight pool, you can't be afraid of that shot. And Tony Robles, ladies and gentlemen,
looking to go up 7-6,
has an opportunity here to go up on the Giant Killer.
There is a possibility that one leg might fall off the table and they have to replay the match.
Well, Tony doesn't like it here. He left himself an angle that he doesn't like. So now he's looking at the 6-10 combination. He's looking at the 6-10 combination. I don't know if he's going to shoot that.
Yep,
yes, he is. So Tony struck this with a top right-hand English.
He's a tad out on the. He's not dead. He's going to aim the 6 a little bit too. I see him making this. Yeah.
Wow!
I changed my mind. I see him missing this. Wow.
Tony.
Wow, and this is big.
He's sick right now.
6-6.
He saw that ball going. He's scratching his head. He doesn't get it.
Well, he had to come across it because he wasn't dead straight in line. He had to bring the 6
Wow,
across
he
it.
doesn't get it right now. In his mind, that ball was in. This game is not easy.
Jeremy just said to him, "Zen this."
This game is not easy.
Oh, you kidding me?
Wow.
Now, folks at home, I just want you to know that this is purely for your entertainment.
This is a Twilight Zone match.
They're missing
this
on
is
purpose
no.
just to make it more exciting.
This is a Twilight Zone match where both of these players just can't. I see their reaction. They just can't.
He gave him it. I don't know what happened there.
He just gave. He just gave.
Jeremy just said enough's enough.
See what I'm saying? I mean, 4 balls here. You just get, that's an example. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sit there and
Let's
deal
just
with the
get on
torture.
with the next one. Let's just
Right.
get on with the next one.
Yeah, come on now. Keep it moving.
7-6 down.
This is a Twilight Zone
7.
match.
So he's
2 great
he's played
players.
6 games to Jeremy's 0.
Wow.
Wow. Wow is right. You can even say that word the other way around and it's
Wow.
still wow. Wow. Oh, it's genuinely exciting. Not for Jeremy at the moment, but I'm sure later he'll appreciate the fun of it. Yeah, right.
Everyone's on the edge of their seat, no matter
How many
what.
people are watching at the moment?
Jeremy is on the edge of his seat. Tony's on the edge. I mean, no one knows what's going to happen next. 7 games to 6. We just changed the scoreline. Tony Robles takes control of this match.
He was, let me just say again, he was 6-1 down.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Well, Tony's going to remember this one, and it all, in my opinion, it all stems from that jump kick that he made on the 1 ball about 5 racks ago. So.
Okay, well, Tony's loosening up his arm, making sure that he feels comfortable. He's on this break, he's really going to look to come through.
Jeremy
He's breaking great. Let's see what Tony's got here.
Jeremy wants to tighten his grip around his throat right now.
Yeah, Jeremy's not happy. He's in the electric chair right now. He's feeling electricity slowly torturing his body.
Anything
Tony's
drops.
crushing the balls and stopping the cue ball. Wow, he comes up dry.
Comes up dry.
He's really breaking well.
Now Jeremy's he's going to take a little while over this shot, even though he's probably already made up his mind what he's going to do. I mean, he could cut that in. Where's the 2? 2's down the other end. Or did the 2 drop?
Well, if you cut the 2, if you cut the 1 in, I think you bump the 4. The goal is to bump the 4. So you would play position in a way where you play with a decent enough speed, but not hard, where you look to just bump the 4 a little bit.
Oh, it bounced the wrong way for him. Well, he can see it, but he can't really do much with it. He'd love to hide that ball in that corner. Oh my God, that would be a lock if he could slide it in that corner. I don't know if he can get enough English on it to slide
That right
over
there is certainly an option, and Tony may play that shot, but that's a tricky shot right there.
Yeah, it is. And plus, you don't want to be heading towards the corner pocket either. Yeah, he did. No,
He did, but
Yeah.
he mishit it.
Wow, now he's definitely given Jeremy a chance to get back level here. Well, this shot's going to be the key shot.
Yeah, this is a
Three's
key.
tied
This is definitely this is a key shot right now. Absolutely.
And the 3 is tied up with the 9, so at some point later he's going to have to do something about it or bank the 3. But right now he's just, I think Jeremy just wants to make a couple of balls. And he misses, but leaves us safe, so I don't think he can believe him. So now he's probably going to get this back, because if he was trying to make that, and Tony has no shot, he gets it back, so now he's going to have to play a jump here. Unraveling as we speak is probably the best terminology. And a nice shot on the 2. Now, I don't know how he's going to get from the 2 to the 3, but well, Jeremy played the 1 that Jeremy played the one uptown, missed it, and he's now left. He's going to swerve this round behind it. And of course he got the shot back because he hooked Tony. So he missed the one ball. And he's not going to like this. Not going to like this.
All right, for those of you who are just tuning in now, you're watching the 2012 Empire State 10-ball championships. Tony, the silent assassin Robles, is playing Jeremy Sossei, also known as the Giant Killer. He earned that nickname for winning the Rhode Island State Championships. You happen to know what year that is, Jeff?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. And who did he beat in the finals? Was it Tony Robles himself?
Well, that weekend he beat everybody bad. He played perfect.
He beat Dennis Hatch. He beat every. You're right about that.
He beat Tony in the
final.
He
beat Tony in the final.
9-2 or something. It was phenomenal. He beat Ginky. He beat
I think
everybody.
I don't know if it was not. I think it was down to Hill, and it was a safety battle, if I remember correctly.
Maybe, but I know on his way to the final, he just drilled everybody. Nobody. He was a giant killer.
He was a giant killer. He played great. I remember watching him play. I was there for that event.
Unfortunately, he's not a Robles killer. But what can I tell you?
Well, it's very difficult to kill the assassin, the silent assassin.
He tried to assassinate him.
And Tony right now is locked in on this one-ball shot, and this is a big shot. Let's see what he's got. Wow, he played. He played
probably
that.
Called that.
No, he did call that. Wow, he played a great combination there. Got great carom.
Yeah, but he's got a long shot now. Got to come with something here.
Well, Tony's gonna. This is definitely another tester, Jeff. No question.
But he only wants this game to win. I don't think, but he still doesn't want to be taking any chances. He'll be playing a safe here of some sort.
Well, let's see.
He's going to try and hide it behind the 8. Hide it behind the 8.
This is a great shot right here.
That was a great
wow, what?
No.
And it just rests against. It did hit the rail. It hit the rail. It rested against. It hurt. I saw the bounce. It was a little bounce.
Good move, Jeremy.
That was a great.
Yeah, he weighed that one.
Shot
That was a good
right
shot.
there.
But he didn't really have anything on there because if he played the 1, you're going to be flying around the table. And it's that better. You put the opponent in the tough position, and now Jeremy's up against the wall here.
Well, that was a tricky shot by Tony Robles. He really had to lock in and be perfect there because he could have left it. He could have leaked out a little bit and left a window.
So the heading in the news will be John Killer assassinated.
Could be, Jeff. You never know. This is the Twilight Zone.
We don't know. He still could win.
We are in the Twilight Zone on the TV table watching it.
It's got a little gap there.
And Joey Landy is playing Earl Strickland on the front table there in the background. And Lenny Favada is still awake and watching us. He's into it. He's on the edge of his seat. Tony Robles is on the edge of his seat. And Earl Strickland is on the edge of his seat.
Jeremy's on the edge of his patience. Kick this in, maybe?
Jeff, did you watch the MTV Music Awards last night?
Jeremy.
Wow.
I mean, look at that. He pulled that as well.
Wow.
That's the same shot. That's the same shot as Tony played, but Tony jump kicked. It was exactly the same distance and everything.
That was an amazing shot.
Well, he needs this, but he's not out of the woods, is he?
Not even close, but right here, this is a tester. Let's see what Jeremy is able to do. Great shot. He played it safe there and put a nice stroke into it.
Yeah,
and wanted a nice little. He wanted to come back out.
After looking like he wasn't going to get to the table, he's got to compose himself and play great ball.
He's looking great. I love it. Both players are locked in. They're both wide awake.
That's what makes champions.
Yeah, both of these players, it's like they've woken up. I can't explain it. Both of these players are now firing, in my opinion, on all cylinders.
Jeremy phoned Ralph Souquet. I wonder what Ralph said. He probably said, "What are you waking me up at this hour for?"
Maybe he said nothing, and that's what Jeremy needed to hear. Maybe he said, go inside.
Careful. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to look.
All right, so Jeff's not even going to look. I'm not
he's not
going to
out
look.
of the woods, because even if he wins this one, he's still got to win the next one. And you know how neutral I am.
Well, the reason why Jeff is joking around, we're all joking around with this match the way it's going. We should all have a little bit of fun and hope everyone's enjoying it. But yeah, Jeff is Jeremy's manager, and he travels around with Jeremy often at different events. That's why he knows him very well. And
right now, I'm not even talking to him.
You guys are funny. You guys have a unique relationship. I enjoy your dynamic. And Warren Kiamko in the background, one of the best players in the world, from the Republic of the Philippines.